This is Rotta Red Table Wine from San Luis Obispo County. Sounds kind of uninteresting, right? Well, the fact is, it's really interesting. I was in San Luis Obispo County, and in fact, Paso Robles, which is where this winery is, in that county. And in the Paso Robles, there's an area called the Templeton Gap, where there's a break in the Santa Maria Mountains along the coast that allows the ocean breezes to come inland, because most of Paso is really a sort of hot climate, and you know they grow a lot of Cab, Zinfandel, those real hot climate grapes, and that's ideal for that climate. In this Templeton Gap, though, those breezes come in, and those grapes do even better with that cooling effect, because it balances that really hot climate and really hot sunshine and lets those grapes sort of develop more slowly. Anyway, you're driving down the road and you see these hills everywhere, and on all sides of these hills, and there are these really old, thick trunk grapevines, with little head pruned grapevines, no trellising or anything like that, all along the hills. And we pull past one on the left, and it's the Turley Vineyard, and they've got that really old vine vineyard. And then the next winery down the road, where the vineyards kind of cross the road and keep going, is the Rotta winery. So they've got the same kind of old vines as Turley and as everyone in this area. And Rotta is just recently under new ownership. So the new owners came in, and they harvested their 2012s, had a lot of good grapes in 2012. But when they bought the winery, there were all these wines that were aging in barrels from 2010 and a little bit of 2011. And so, they had a good quantity of Zin, they had some Cab, they had some Tite Syrah, stuff like that. But then they had these other wines, so they figured, okay, let's blend this together, and we'll use most of the 2012, but we're going to throw some of these older wines in there. So they didn't put a vintage date on the bottle, but all these wines are, aging nicely in the barrel, and they're blending together with all this terrific fruit that they've got at the winery. And what you end up with is something that's really nice, really dense, really expressive. There's Zin in here, there's Alicante, there's Petite Syrah, there's Cab. There's a wide array of different grapes. But the whole is the sum of the parts. And the whole is obviously what makes it. It's got a really nice nose. There's sort of something meaty, Syrah-like, and also sweet, fruity Zinfandel on there. Sort of berry. I even get a little bit of that sort of ginger snap that you sometimes get on like Australian Shiraz. And then there's kind of a tobacco-y note, sort of like a cured tobacco. Some chocolate comes up there too. It's really intriguing. Let's taste. So, on the palate, it's really nice. I mean, the fruit comes through really quite clear. You get blackberries, black cherries, and it's very dry. Finish is quite dry, but really nice. And what's really nice about it is there's a great backbone of acidity in this wine. It sort of lifts it up and keeps it mouth-watering, and that's that's the effect of this Templeton Gap. It lets those cool breezes in, balances the ripening of those grapes, keeps them lively. But it's beautifully dry, spicy, ripe, This is a wine that's great with anything off the grill, anything sort of spiced or exotic. Good stuff. Happy drinking.